Hey everyone, this is Greg from Hi Labs, also known as Greggy B. This is the very first episode of Better with AI, and I'm super stoked about it. In this episode, you're going to learn about Kirk. He's a conference organizer, and we built a thing that uses GPT-4 to help him write content faster. 10 years ago, I had the privilege of speaking at the Business and Software Conference. This had, for a long time, been my dream conference. Patrick McKenzie, Kathy Sierra, Jason Cohen, Dharmesh Shah, the list goes on and on and on of speakers have cultivated an incredible community of entrepreneurs. I'm super excited to be returning there this year to be speaking about ways you can do your job better with AI. I recently connected with Kirk from the Boss team. Kirk helps put together a lot of the content for Boss's newsletter, blog, and social media.
I'll write a blog post. We try and do it once a week, but when it's, now that we've got less members of staff on board as well, but we are trying our best to catch up as best as we can.
Where is Claire's talk? Here we go. The accidental bad manager. I was there for that talk. That was a great talk. And I was a manager at the time, and it was a little bit convicting. You have this amazing 15-year repository of content and videos, and we should be able to use AI to mine that for content that's evergreen. I've been coding since I was 6 years old. My dad got a TRS 80 that had BASIC on it. It's drastically changed the last 6 months. You have all these amazing tools now. Cursor just came out, and it's one of the first AI first code editors that you can often just give it an idea and then it spits out the code for you. Visit the URL and extract the body of the blog post. We'll accept that code. All right. I'm just going to wrap this in a function called get text. I'm going to return the transcript. I'm going to run this whole transcript. So we have the transcript there. So that was step one. Step two, have GPT-4 generate a summary of the transcript. Have you played with ChatGPT at all yet?
A little bit. I have used it to help me summarize some of the talks before. I'd be surprised if you could, if it could read all of it.
Yeah. So GPT 3.5 Turbo has a context window of 4,000 tokens. A token is approximately a word. It's a little bit smaller than a word. Then GPT-4 allows for 8,000 tokens. That 8,000 tokens includes both the input and the response. Since we're asking it to write a blog post, we need to save a lot of those tokens for the response. So we're going to use what's called a text splitter. Then I'm going to import whole transcript. Now we have our transcript and we can see the lines here. So we can see that this has been demarcated into different chunks. Now the question is, can we pass this text into GPT-4? You are a content creating assistant. Please suggest titles. Oh, here we go. All right. Ideas for blog post titles. Avoiding unseen pitfalls. 6 common mistakes made by new managers. The trust factor. Any of these jump out to you?
The importance of honesty versus niceness. That's a nice one. And it's very boss as well.
We're going to use that as our title. We're going to change our instructions. For each chunk, write a section of the blog post. Oh, there it goes. The unintentional worst boss. One question that far too few leaders ask themselves is, could I be someone's worst boss? I'm going to write new instructions. These are disparate chunks of a blog post. There we go. Here's so this is great. Like I have AI writing the instructions for my AI, right? That might be enough. It's going to take a minute for it to run. Boom. So here we go. Unmasking your blind spots. In business as in life, honest feedback is a crucial component of personal growth, yet often it is feared, neglected, or misconstrued.
That's, pretty decent. Again, some very light editing. You then kind of flesh out a couple of little bits and pieces. Yeah. That is decent.
Right. It's decent. What I've typically found with GPT-4 is it gets you past the blank page problem. I'm a big fan of Cunningham's law, which says the best way to get the right answer on the internet is to give the wrong one. And I think that sometimes GPT's job is just giving you the wrong answer, giving you a blog post. You're like, oh, this is garbage. This is how I think. Well, like, cool. Now you're editing. You're not just staring at the blank page anymore.
It's going to make my life 10 times easier and give me actual time to deal with everything else.
Yeah.
Because that's where I get a lot of my kind of burnout, as in the, I'm trying to do all of this work that what you're doing in seconds. And it might take me, like an hour or so. Whilst I've also got emails piling up from different speakers doing different things saying, oh, I need this and I need that. And Then I've got printers going, you haven't sent me the artwork for this yet. And I was like, I know, because I've not done it yet, because I don't have time to do it yet. So yeah, I mean, it would definitely be a worthwhile for my role and for my mental welfare to be able to have a tool like this.
I appreciate you being so vulnerable about that, because I think that's the reality for a lot of small business owners, and especially the people doing content. It takes time to do it really well, and you're doing a lot of other things at the same time. Your goal is to ship better content in less time. It's not to spit out a whole bunch of cheap AI content. It's about building a tool that helps you do better work in a fraction of the time.
I think it's that kind of wow factor of going, wow, I can do all of that just from like, what was it, about 40 lines of code?
And like AI wrote most of this code.
Yeah. Yeah, well, exactly. And I think that's the eye opener. I think it's going to be a really interesting session. And if this works for me, I'm going to love you so much.
Well, I love that. All right, great.
Hey, that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Kirk. Hey, if you enjoyed this, it's the first one. So like and subscribe, do that stuff, and maybe we'll make more of these. Thank you so much for watching, and would love to see you at Business of Software. You can find it at businessofsoftware.org, first week of October in Raleigh, North Carolina. Hope to see you there.